up if you're not saucy. Acting shy, baby, don't bore me. Switch your vibe if you're not naughty. Bring your friend, there's enough for me.
I'm back with another video. Today we're making gravy. You want to go ahead and start with your meat, season them all separately, set them aside, and then wash your vegetables. Make sure you've peeled it. Blend your peppers and onions. Chop up some onions, tomatoes, and put them on the side for a later use. Once that is done, you want to go ahead and add your seasoned meat to a pot and steam it, parboil it. This step is very essential, and I notice a lot of you guys, when you cook on this blue app, you skip this step. You want to do this step because what this is going to essentially do for you is it's going to allow that seasoning to really marinate and penetrate through the bones of every meat in there, so that way you don't have one meat that's seasoned and other meat that's not. You're gonna have an even distribution of seasoning all throughout your cooking if you do this step. If you're skipping this step, I hate that for you. But no, seriously, this step is very, very much mandatory. You should not skip this step. And you want to add pepper and onions and allow it to cook, because this is the base of your food. Like, this is essentially gonna set the tone of how your food's gonna taste. But anyways, once it's parboiled for 10 to 15 minutes, you want to add water at the level of the meat, or a little above the level of the meat, and you want to allow it to cook tenderly. Please allow your meat to cook tender. No rush here. But for real, no. And then I also went ahead and started frying my fish. Gosh, y'all, this almost took my eyes out because that oil was popping. And yeah, I know I need a new set of cooking pots, but the African Emmy would not let this pot go because it's just so hard to find a pot that doesn't burn your food. But yeah, and this is my favorite pot. But if you guys have any suggestion on good cooking pots that don't burn food and cook your food evenly, please slide into my DM or comment below. Although I wanted chocolates and gravy today, but I forgot to get the flour sauce when I went to the store, and my African store is about 45 minutes away from me. So yeah, I was not taking that drive. I already had the plantain and the yams, so I settled for that. I don't like cassava, which is why you would never catch me eating cassava. Like, I would eat the cassava fufu, but that's about it. I'm a yam girl. And I also trashed the plantain at the beginning. Beginning, because it was forced to get ripe and it just wasn't looking right. So you want to go ahead and fry your tomatoes. I choose to use fresh tomatoes because, one, it cuts down my cooking time because I don't have to use the tomato paste. And if you're using tomato paste, you know it literally will leave that sour taste if you don't fry it properly. And tomatoes, like fresh tomatoes, just won't do that for me. And it gave me the color that I need, and it also add base to my food, because we all know how cooking gravy, you essentially end up with nothing because all the pepper fried down and it's just water. This is just me just boiling my yam. So once the tomato was fried, I went ahead and added in my chopped onions. This also just help do what the tomato do, which is give me base for my soup, so I don't lose all my pepper and onions once it's fried. But yeah, because bell peppers especially is essentially just all water, and once it's cooked down, like, you're left with nothing but oil and meat, and I don't like that. I like to see my peppers and my onions in my gravy. Like, it's gravy. You're supposed to see those things in there, okay? But you want to let it fry. Please let it fry. Let your gravy fry. Let your peppers fry. Don't add water, because all those things, like I stated previously, are all water, and adding water just gonna leave you with a whole pot of watery mess. You don't want that. You will know your pepper is fried when the quantity goes down in, like, tremendously, as you can see here. And then once it's fried good, if you already let it fry, it's almost already done, so you don't even have to do too much at the end. So you want to season, but not too much, because your meat, you did yourself justice and season at the beginning. But yeah, so you just add those meat and a little bit of stock and let it cook. This is the finished product. I'm very particular with my food. When I cook gravy, especially when I'm eating it with rice, I like it to have that smoky country flavor. So I usually will add like dry fish and like dry crawfish. And I'm a foodie and I like my food the way I like my food. Trust me. This pot, this whole soup, this whole combination was I don't like, my mouth is watering just even thinking about it. This was my plate, believe it or not. I ate all of that. But let me know what soup you want me to cook next, okay, guys? And then until next time, see ya.
Spells. Grab a cup if you're not saucy. Acting shy, baby, don't bore me. Switch your vibe if you're not naughty. Bring your spells. Grab a cup if you're not saucy. Acting shy, baby, don't bore me. Switch your vibe if you're not naughty. Bring your